In this video, we'll explore 6 features that defined the hotel experience of yesteryears, but have since vanished into memory lane. Number 1. Hotel TV with limited channels. In the bygone era of travel, hotel TVs were symbols of luxury, yet their offerings were modest. Picture this. Instead of today's plethora of streaming options, guests were greeted with a handful of channels, often plagued by fuzzy reception. It wasn't uncommon to spend more time adjusting antennas than actually watching shows. But what made these limited channels special? Firstly, limited channels fostered a sense of communal viewing. With only a few options available, guests often found themselves tuning into the same programs, creating opportunities for shared experiences and conversations in common areas. It was a simpler time when families gathered around the TV in the lobby or lounge, bonding over a universally enjoyed show or movie. Moreover, the limited selection forced travelers to disconnect from the outside world and immerse themselves in the present moment. Unlike today's constant bombardment of entertainment choices, guests had to make do with what was available, encouraging them to engage in other activities such as exploring the local area, socializing with fellow travelers, or simply enjoying moments of quiet reflection. Additionally, the era of limited channels sparked creativity and resourcefulness. Guests became adept at finding hidden gems amidst the limited offerings, discovering new favorite shows or channels they wouldn't have otherwise explored. It was a time of serendipitous discoveries and unexpected pleasures, adding an element of excitement to the hotel experience. Furthermore, the simplicity of limited channels contributed to a more relaxing and stress-free stay. Without the overwhelming abundance of options seen today, guests were spared from decision fatigue and could effortlessly unwind and recharge during their time away from home. It was a welcome respite from the constant noise and distractions of modern life. Number 2. Vibrating beds. Vibrating beds, once a trendy feature in hotels during the 1960s and 1970s, have now vanished from the hospitality scene. Despite their initial allure, several factors contributed to their decline. Maintenance was a significant issue. These beds were intricate machines prone to frequent breakdowns, leading to increased costs for hotels and frustration for guests. The complex mechanisms required specialized attention, making upkeep a challenging task. Hygiene concerns also played a role. The fabric covering the vibrating components harbored dust, allergens, and bacteria, posing potential health risks for guests. Despite efforts to clean and sanitize the beds, concerns about cleanliness persisted, impacting their popularity. Noise was another drawback. The constant hum and vibration emitted by the beds disrupted sleep and detracted from the peaceful ambience hotels strive to provide. As guests sought quieter and more restful environments, the intrusive noise of vibrating beds became less desirable. Changing consumer preferences further contributed to their demise. With a growing emphasis on natural and sustainable alternatives, travelers preferred organic bedding and ergonomic mattresses over artificial stimulation. In conclusion, the disappearance of vibrating beds from hotel rooms reflects a shift in guest preferences towards simpler, quieter, and more hygienic accommodations. Their story serves as a reminder of the ever-changing nature of hospitality and the importance of meeting guest needs effectively. Number 3. Guest book signings. In the pre-digital era, guest books were a staple feature of hotel lobbies, serving as tangible records of guests' experiences and interactions. Travelers would eagerly flip through the pages, searching for familiar names or jotting down their own impressions of their stay. These guest books held a special charm, providing a platform for guests to leave behind more than just their signatures. Many would take the opportunity to share anecdotes, recommendations, or heartfelt messages, creating a sense of community among fellow travelers. It was a simple yet powerful way to connect with others and leave a lasting imprint on the hotel's history. However, with the advent of online reviews and social media platforms, the tradition of physical guest books has gradually faded away. In today's digital age, guests are more inclined to share their feedback and experiences online, where it can reach a wider audience and potentially influence future travelers. While the shift towards digital platforms offers convenience and accessibility, it also marks the end of an era characterized by tangible connections and personal interactions. The absence of physical guest books in hotel lobbies represents a loss of tradition and a shift towards more impersonal forms of communication. Yet some hotels still embrace the tradition of guest book signings, recognizing the value of preserving these tangible artifacts of guest experiences. For them, guest books serve as cherished keepsakes, capturing memories and stories that might otherwise be lost in the digital ether. Number 4. Room keys and keychains. The era of physical room keys and charming keychains has come to an end, giving way to the era of electronic key cards for convenience and security. But what led to the demise of traditional keys and the nostalgia-inducing keychains that accompanied them? One significant reason for the transition to electronic key cards is enhanced security. Traditional keys were susceptible to being lost, stolen, or duplicated, posing risks to guests and hotel security. Electronic key cards offer encryption technology and can be easily deactivated if lost or stolen, providing a higher level of security for both guests and hotel staff. Moreover, electronic key cards offer greater convenience and flexibility for guests. With a simple swipe or tap, guests can access their rooms without fumbling with physical keys. Electronic key cards also allow hotels to easily track guest movements and access patterns, providing valuable data for security and operational purposes. Another factor contributing to the decline of traditional keys is the rise of contactless technology. In the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, contactless solutions have become increasingly popular as a means of reducing physical touchpoints and minimizing the spread of germs. Electronic key cards align with this trend, offering a touchless alternative to traditional keys. Despite the practical advantages of electronic key cards, some may lament the loss of traditional keys and the nostalgic charm of collecting keychains. Traditional keys and keychains served as tangible souvenirs of travel experiences, evoking memories of past adventures and hotel stays. However, the convenience and security offered by electronic key cards ultimately outweigh the sentimental value of traditional keys for many travelers and hotel operators. Number 5. Assistance from bellhops. Bellhops were once an essential component of the hotel experience, offering personalized assistance and adding a touch of luxury to guest stays. However, their role has evolved over time, influenced by changes in technology, guest preferences, and industry trends. In the past, bellhops were synonymous with hospitality, providing guests with a warm welcome and helping them with their luggage upon arrival. Their presence signaled a commitment to service and attention to detail, setting the tone for a memorable stay. Bellhops often went above and beyond their duties, offering insider tips on local attractions, restaurants, and amenities, enhancing the overall guest experience. However, with the advent of self-service options and automation in the hospitality industry, the role of the bellhop has undergone significant changes. Many hotels now offer self-check-in kiosks and automated luggage storage systems, reducing the need for human assistance. While these innovations offer convenience and efficiency, they also contribute to the gradual decline of traditional bellhop services. Despite these shifts, some hotels still value the personal touch that bellhops provide and continue to employ them as part of their service offerings. For these establishments, bellhops play a vital role in creating a welcoming atmosphere and ensuring that guests feel valued and cared for throughout their stay. From a guest perspective, the presence of bellhops can evoke feelings of nostalgia and appreciation for a bygone era of hospitality. While modern conveniences may streamline the check-in process, they can also detract from the personal connections and sense of warmth that bellhops embody. Number 6. Gideon Bible in every room. For decades, the presence of a Gideon Bible in hotel rooms was a common sight, symbolizing a gesture of goodwill and hospitality. However, the ubiquity of these complementary religious texts has dwindled over time, raising questions about their significance and relevance in today's hospitality industry. The tradition of placing Gideon Bibles in hotel rooms dates back to the early 20th century, when the Gideon's International Organization began distributing Bibles to hotels, hospitals, and other public spaces as part of their mission to spread the Word of God. These Bibles were provided as a service to guests, offering them access to spiritual guidance and comfort during their travels. From a historical perspective, the presence of Gideon Bibles in hotel rooms reflects the cultural and religious norms of past eras, where Christianity played a dominant role in society. For many guests, finding a Bible in their hotel room was a familiar and comforting experience, evoking a sense of tradition and familiarity. However, in recent years, The prevalence of Gideon Bibles in hotel rooms has declined, reflecting broader societal trends towards secularism and religious diversity. As hotels strive to cater to a more diverse range of guests, they may opt to provide a selection of religious texts or spiritual resources that reflect the diverse beliefs and backgrounds of their clientele. Moreover, the digital age has transformed the way people access information and resources, including religious texts. Many travelers now carry smartphones or tablets, allowing them to access digital versions of religious texts and spiritual resources at their convenience. As a result, the need for physical copies of religious texts in hotel rooms may be perceived as less essential or relevant. From a business perspective, the decision to include or exclude Gideon Bibles from hotel rooms may also be influenced by factors such as cost, space constraints, and guest preferences. While some hotels may continue to offer Gideon Bibles as a nod to tradition or as a reflection of their values, others may choose to allocate resources towards amenities or services that align more closely with the preferences of modern travelers.